All right, I'm Benjamin Ellinger. I'm the VP of Software Production here at DigiPen, and I would like to welcome you to the 2018 Student Showcase at DigiPen. So thank you all for coming here, and particular in the audience I've got here is, of course, some instructors, but primarily students. And thank you all, not just the ones who are here, but everyone else in the school for all the hard work you've done this year. We know how hard it is. We've seen how hard you guys work. I'm sure some of you are here sleep deprived, having barely turned stuff in recently. And so some of you have more to go as you go on through the weekend. And so we really want to say from the instructor's side, thank you so much for all the hard work you put in. We really love seeing the things you have built. We know we're hard on you. We know we push you hard to really do good stuff. But in the end, this is all your work. This is the stuff you have done, that you have put your heart and soul into. And we really love seeing the output that you do every year. And so this whole showcase is about that. It's a celebration of what you guys have done and what you guys have accomplished. And we're just proud to be a part of it. And so what we got here is we're going to show you a ton of videos. We're going to go through freshmen, sophomore, junior, senior, even a master's project. And so we're going to show you a ton of videos of people who submitted things that are late in their submission here. This is only a sampling of what is done. So everything you see here, don't think it's like, well, that was what DigiPen did this year. No, far more than this. There's a lot of stuff that didn't up here just because this is only if we had a trailer in on time. Lots of people have other classes and things they're having to work on. And so this is just a sampling of what DigiPen has actually done this year. But we're really happy for all this done, all the people who got videos in at the last second to show these. It's really thankful for that extra work. But now we're going to actually start by going into the freshman year. So for the freshman games, again, this is only part of them, but for what we have in all the freshman classes is we never have just one instructor. We never have that for sophomore or junior or senior as well. It's always a group of instructors, often of different disciplines, teaching the classes. So in this case, for all the ones we got up here from game 150, and so our instructors there are Siobhan Beeman, also Doug Schilling, who is not in the audience, but Doug Schilling is as well. But one of the main people on this is Justin Chambers. So he'll tell you more about this class.
Thank you, Ben. So I have the wonderful opportunity of taking lots and lots of students fresh out of high school with no programming experience at all, and then trying to teach you and coax you and encourage you to make awesome games. And I am crazy proud of the games that we get to showcase today. Everyone's done a fantastic job. This has been a wonderful year. Let's just watch the trailers.
In a competition to become the best orc chef, use your mastery of ingredients to outcook your opponent permanently. Countless playable characters. Several combos. Orcs must die. Winner.
I'm Rob Boss. Thank you for joining me today. As you can see, I've already got the canvas started, so let's just jump right in and paint a happy little tree. You can choose between either your Fire Lion Red or your Ice Lion Blue. It's your world. You can do whatever you like. I believe that you can do it, because you can do it. He went and beat the devil out of him.
So that was a selection of your freshman games. Remember, those all just made in one semester, so very nicely done. So now we're going to move on to the sophomore games. Now, for the sophomore games, there's a lot of instructors involved in this. So this is where you're getting into, most of the games here are being in custom-built engines, built in C++ from scratch. There's often a couple that are in Unity for designer teams. But so a lot of the stuff is just custom made, and so there's a lot of instructors involved because now we've got artists, we've got musicians, we've got designers, we've got programmers, all the different disciplines coming together in here, so a lot of different instructors for it as well. So the instructors are Ellen Beeman, Rachel Rutherford, Matt Bruner, Doug Schilling, Bo Radakovich, or often pronounced different ways, but it's like Bojan Radakovich, Lauren Schwedler, Steve Sauls, Greg Dixon, and Brian Schmidt. So a lot of people from a lot of different areas get together in the sophomore game class for instruction. So Ellen's going to be here to introduce the class and its goals, and then we'll get to all the sophomore games.
So thanks. So sophomore game class, when you think about it, it's kind of insane because we have programmers with 2 semesters of CS classes, and we're like, build a custom 2D engine. What could possibly go wrong? And then we have designers who primarily have been working on board games, and we're like, design a full game, take a 2-semester project. And artists also, the audio students, just a lot of talent coming together to make all these projects. And these teams, as I think you're going to see here, they really do succeed. And I want to say, this is where I want to say this is our work as instructors. And we have the most amazing TAs in the world, so I'd like to just do a shout out for all the TAs who helped Game, not just Game 250. So yeah, this is kind of a crazy course, but to quote from one of my favorite TV shows, we have done the impossible and that makes us mighty. It has been a pleasure to be your instructors, sophomores, and please enjoy the showcase.
in a fractured world. Survival is a race against time. Will you be the survivor? Or the forgotten?
2046, the year we found intelligent life upon Mars. We quickly realized they were superior to us in every way. To prove humanity had some value, we taught them our sports. However, this did not go as we had planned. Ready, go. Mars Ball.
Fix what you did.
Are you having fun?
I think my game's broken.
There has to be a better way to have fun!
Have you heard of punk stereo? Yes, you.
What's punk stereo?
Well, let me show you.
Whoa! Tubular!
Punk stereo has all of your daily entertainment needs wrapped up into one solid game. Our game includes co-op, puzzles, running, jumping, grinding on rails. We've got graphics. We've got trash cans. We've got it all, guys.
So much cooperation.
So much friendship.
So many puzzles.
So much fun.
So punk! Thanks, punk stereo.
All right, as you can see, there's a lot of sophomore games, and that's not even all of them. So as we go into the junior year, of course, now you're going to see a lot more 3D games. You're going to see things that are custom engines. You're going to see things that are things like Unity or Unreal as well, but also not as many games because the teams are getting larger. You got more people working on them. So as we see these, keep in mind that you may not be able to tell sometimes between what's the custom engines and what's not, because even the custom engines often get very good graphics capabilities, very good physics, very good capabilities that are impressive, to say the least, to build from scratch in a single year. Some of these games also may be going on to be worked on in the senior year as well, as they want to continue on. Others, well, this is it for them. So the instructors for this class, we got a lot of them. Christopher Orth, Joe Krong, Bridget Sampson, Pamela Matthews, Lawrence Swedler, Steve Sauls, Greg Dixon, Brian Smith, and here's Christopher Orth.
To one by one do an impression of all those people. No. Yeah, well, Ben said everything. No, that's good. This was a year of great change. It was a year of big change. We changed to the 3-semester format rather than 2. To which it was really kind of fun and a little spooky to watch teams go, yeah, I have 3 semesters. I'm like, no. We're doing tighter, more focused things. The key of the 3-semester was we finally gave the teams a whole semester to air out and do pre-production, right? To really spend a lot of time figuring out what the game is, what the tech would be, how things would work. Then we took the 2nd semester, which was the one we're finishing now, to do production work. And as was mentioned, if they go forward, then it will be polish. And we also let them use multiple engines, multiple strategies. Often you saw the teams get a lot bigger because when you add 3D, the problems become more complex. Art needs get high. Just build bigger things, you need more people, right? Yeah, total math. Someone here had the math class, right? Yeah. So it was a little bit, I began also taking the reins of the whole thing by myself for the first time. So I thought, hey, a lot of change, running this the first time, what could go wrong? But I think the results were absolutely spectacular, and I'm super excited for all of you to see what all of these teams created, because it's all super cool. I'm really happy with how it all turned out, and let's go.
You took the flag.
Yarg! Think ye for considering a career in the field of piracy. See the beautiful ocean, learn leadership skills, plunder some treasure, and meet these friendly faces.
Let's give this a go, shall we?
Hello world, input name, Metalbeard. My hobbies include sailing, plundering treasure, and feeling emotions.
Hi, I'm Mary O'Malley, and I'm addicted to treasure. Wait, I think I'm in the wrong place.
If you want to survive on the high seas, it's all about diplomacy.
Firing, projectile, weaponry.
I just got this hole waxed.
Fire every gun on that ship.
Do you expect me to sink?
You won't see this one coming.
From Russia, with love.
Have a face full of lead, you lard-brained punts.
I think there is a flaw in your programming. I mean, personality.
Don't start something you can't finish, you heel scrape.
Get over here and die with honor, you mutinous rogue.
Error 404, ship not found.
Yarg.
Children these days seem to be taught that dinosaurs went extinct long before humans came along. That might be true for most of the world, but what if I told you there was an exception?
Little one, try to destroy us, and we return with the radiance of your wildest nightmares.
So very nice stuff. And so now we get to the senior games. And of course, there's even fewer here because teams, of course, get larger. People get internships, so not as many games at this level, but I'm sure we'll have lots of great stuff. There's, for the instructors here, we also have a lot. We got Jen Sward, we got Richard Rowan, we got Andy Kaplan, and Alon Shanuli on the art side. And of course, Lauren Schwedler, Steve Sauls, Greg Dixon, and Brian Schmidt. Now, if you're paying attention, it's like, wait, they instruct everything. They're everywhere. Well, of course, that's because it's essentially true. When you look at Lauren Schwedler, Steve Sauls, Greg Dixon, and Brian Schmidt, these are all from the BA-MSD. They're all the audio instructors. And so they're, of course, involved in all the different game class levels. So while they don't get listed as the primary instructor and come up here and talk, it's a huge difference. And we really would love to have a shout out to all the audio people, all the sound designers out there, and the BSCSDAs, because really, music, audio, it's the heart and soul of games, and it makes a big difference to have there, and we're really happy to have them so involved in the game classes. So now, Rich Rowan, give him a round of applause. So now Rich Rowan will tell you about the senior games.
Thank you. So I have the pleasure of working with some teams that I had as freshmen 4 years ago. So it's really cool to see where they come from and where they end up at the end of their senior year. So this is the year that I call the fully armed and operational battle station. So you guys are all prepared and able to push the limit. So there's both Game 400 games and Project 402. So Project 402 is the senior artists are going on to really push their portfolio. And a lot of game teams come along with them, and in that particular class, we're really pushing the post-production, really trying to get that super high level of polish. And I'm happy to say, having taught that side, that I believe all of them did that, and that's great. And on the Game 400 side, that's where you can do a lot more experimental stuff, try new things, push challenges, and I haven't seen some of those, so I'm looking forward to seeing some of those. Thanks.
You're new round these parts, ain't ya? Well, I reckon you can tell just by looking. We here are a simple folk, taking only what we need to get by. But there's one thing you'd best learn real quick. The beast ain't the devil. The devil, see, is complicated. He punishes the wicked, his own kin. The beast, though, the beast is simple. It ain't concerned with ethics or morality. It don't care about the human toll. The beast exists to accrue wealth, to grow in power, to put the shackles round our wrists and work us till there ain't no bone. And you just struck a deal with it. You're on your own, partner.
Welcome to the Takawana Wildlife Preserve, beautiful remote island that a whole bundle of creatures have the joy of calling home. Explore the many paths through the lush forests, enjoy some recreational camping with friends and family, or simply relax in the tranquility of nature. Here, everyone is a friend to nature. So stay a while and really become a part of what makes this little island so special. Welcome to Takawana County.
When I was a girl, my father brought me to Cape Canaveral to see the Mars 01 launch. That day, I understood our purpose as humans, as intellectual beings, to discover, explore, and push the boundaries of our knowledge. When I think about the fact that in the endless expanse of the universe there exist billions of stars, planets like our own, I realize as human beings, we have the moral obligation to see what exists out there. We are breaking the last frontier. We are reaching the stars. And whatever we find there, it'll change our lives forever. I'm ready to go. It will be amazing.
For centuries, it's been the duty of my people to end the winter season. After a long search, I finally found it. A glowing seed to revive the Tree of Life. The guardian of the island, Lug, warned me of the trials protecting the dormant tree. Still, I took the last seed to fulfill my people's ancient rite. For winter to become spring.
All right, so now we're down to the last thing we're going to show you, a final treat from an MFA thesis. And so this is done by one individual. And here to tell you about it is the director of the MFA program, Mark Henn.
Hello, everybody. Most of you don't really know too much about the MFA, so let me talk briefly about that. So first off, all of the MFA students have to do a thesis project, which is basically a year-long project of their own design. And some of them are game engines and some of them are not. But of the game engine projects, some, for example, would be traditional games, like what you just saw. Trappist was actually originated as an MFA thesis project. Other things you may have seen are like the B project that was also done coordinating with undergrads and had projected video and a custom touch table interface, and other non-traditional kinds of things that they do with game engines, like book readers and taking e-readers where they haven't gone before. Other projects are exploring interactive narrative or a VR narrative, and the project that you're going to see here in just a moment is about a desktop weather system done in Engine.
So that's what we're here to show you today. It's the end of the showcase overall, but I did want to say just thank you once again for all your hard work and everything you've done. I've been an instructor here at DigiPen for almost 15 years now. I've seen this year after year, and it never gets old. I mean, every year we see new stuff, things we never imagined, and it's all thanks to the hard work that you do. We really do appreciate it. It does make it the best job in the world for us, and we're just proud that we can help you achieve what you're after. So thanks a bunch. It's really appreciate everything you've done. And that's your showcase for 2018.